I'm on a mission to find the best off-meta teams, and I think I found something really interesting, and it involves Mega Absol. So today, I'll go over the team, how it works, show you some games where I play it, and at the end I'll share the replica code with you so you can try it for yourself. Okay, starting off with the star of the show, Absol. For the spread, we're running 2 HP, 32 attack, 32 speed, and a jolly nature. This just gives us as much speed as possible while still dealing pretty significant damage. The HP can be traded out for something like special defense or defense if you want a tiny little bit more bulk. It does help every now and again. For the ability, I'm running Justified, but you could run Pressure if you want to protect stall people out of PP, or you could run Super Luck if you want the chance of getting a critical hit easier. I just want to mention that Absol is very squishy and that a large amount of Pokemon in the format are threatening one-shots. So this team is a little bit more of a fan service to Absol enjoyers rather than being like super overpowered. This is more of a fan service for you guys. For the moves, we're running Sucker Punch. Sucker Punch is our stab priority, but I have run Knockoff as well, which is great into like Sinister and other ghost types, one-shotting them most of the time, but Sucker Punch just means that we can move first if we need to before getting one hit KO'd. Play Rough gives us some damage into Dragon and fighting types if we need it, with also the chance of dropping their attack stat, which could be valuable in the game. Protect, obviously, best move in the game, just allows us, you know, stall out turns, stall out fake outs, protect while we attack with our other Pokemon. And then we're running Close Combat to allow us to deal with Dark, Rock, and Steel threats. We could also run Superpower instead, but our defenses are already so low that the drop from Close Combat probably won't make a difference, but the drop from Superpower in terms of dropping our attack stat could make a difference. Next up is Serena. For the spread, we're running 32 attack, 1 special defense. You should be 2 special defense. I need to fix that at some stage. 32 speed and a jolly nature, and we're also running the Choice Scarf on Serena. The reason that I run the Choice Scarf on Serena is so that with this setup we outspeed Unburden Sneasler before it unburdens itself, meaning that if we are running into Sneasler we can just use Zen Headbutt and that will one hit KO it every time unless it's got a focus sash. For the ability, we run Queenly Majesty. Queenly Majesty just means that Fake Out and other priority moves don't work into us. It's a really good ability, and a lot of our opponents still don't know about it, so a lot of the time they will still try and use Fake Out. This can work to your advantage, but it can also work against you if you overread into them and you try and like pivot this arena out thinking, there's no way they Fake Out here, and they still go for Fake Out. That can happen, so just keep that in mind. For the moves, we're running Triple Axel. Triple Axel one-hit KOs Dragonite and Garchomp as long as all 3 instances of it connect. Zen Headbutt is for dealing with Sneasler, it's for dealing with poison types and fighting types. It really helps a lot. Drop Kick is just stab damage into water types like Basculegion and Blastoise, Milotic if you need it. And then Low Kick is here specifically for one-hit KOing Tyranitar, but it also does pretty good damage into King Gambit, one-shotting it a lot of times as well. Next up is Volcarona. For the spread, we're running 32 HP. 32 defense and 2 special defense. We just want this thing to be as physically bulky as possible. We're also running a bold nature for that reason. Volcarona in this team is our speed control and our redirector built into one. So we're running Tailwind and Rage Powder so that we can set up speed control and we can Rage Powder our opponent's attacks into us if we need to. And then we're running the Flame Body ability. This gives us just a 30% chance of burning them if their attacks hit us making physical contact. For the item, we're running Leftovers. This just allows us to sustain on the field for as long as possible. And then we're running Heat Wave for a little bit of stab damage, and Protect just to stall out turns. Maybe that extra turn of Leftovers might allow you to survive for 1 additional turn. Next up in the team is Rotom Wash. Rotom is running 32 HP, 6 defense, 2 special attack, and 26 special defense with a calm nature. So this is a specially bulky Pokemon, but it's still pretty physically bulky, and it does have some pretty good special attacks. So for the item on the Rotom, we're running Citrus Berry. Citrus Berry allows us to survive on the field for longer, and if you've ever come up against Rotom Wash, you know that it can be pretty tricky to remove, but definitely in this team you could switch the Citrus Berry and Leftovers positions if you prefer having Leftovers on Rotom Wash. For the moves, we're running Hydro Pump for some stab damage. It deals pretty big damage into things like rock types. I've one-shot Cleavor with this thing. And then Thunderbolt, that deals some pretty significant damage into like the Corviknight, into the Talonflames. This won't one-shot Corviknight most times, but it will do a lot of damage. Protect allows us to survive, and then I'm running Will-O-Wisp. That's just a personal preference, because I do like to have a way to shut down things like Garchomp, shut down things like Excadrill, shut down things like Tyranitar if I need to, and I can't just like one-shot them on the same turn. Any physical attacker, basically. Next up is quite a unique pick. We got Klefki. Klefki is running 32 HP, 9 defense, 25 special defense with a calm nature. This is just to allow it to survive as long as possible, and we are also running a focus sash on the Klefki. The reason that we run focus sash on this thing is so that Tyranitar doesn't one-hit KO it with Heat Wave like it thinks it will. We just want to make sure that that never happens to us so that we can always set up both of our screens. We are running the Prankster ability, and then Flash Cannon allows us to have some sort of stab type move into fairy type Pokemon. Protect gives us an extra turn of surviving. However, on this Pokemon you could run Thunder Wave, you could run Sunny Day, you could run Rain Dance instead, because we are running Prankster, so that could actually be more beneficial for you in the long run. I'm running Protect because I think it's the best move in the game, but I wouldn't be opposed to you guys changing that move out for whatever, you know, sort of floats your boats. The Rain Dance play would help with your Rotom, and it will help with the next Pokemon on the team as well. The Sunny Day will help to shut down those Sandstorm and those Rain teams when you go up against them. Lastly on the team, but definitely not least, is Araquanid. We're using Araquanid as a bulky wide guard user with some decent damage. He's got 32 HP, 20 attack, 7 defense, and 7 special defense with an impish nature, boosting his defense even further. For the ability, I am running the Water Bubble. This just halves the damage that it takes from fire type moves and then doubles the power of our water type moves, which is pretty insane when you think about it. We also can't be burned, so we're never going to have any attack drops happening to us due to burn. For the item, I'm using a Charti Berry. That just means we don't get one shot by things like Rock Slide. We don't get one shot by things like Stone Edge. Anything really that's trying to one shot the Araquanid with a rock type move, we just sort of have a chance to survive against that. Lunge gives us some good stab damage into dark and psychic types while also dropping their attack stat if we need to. And then Liquidation just gives us that boost from Water Bubble, deals really well into fire types, does really well into ground types as well. Wide Guard is to just protect us from any spread moves like Dazzling Gleam, and so if you're running up against Gardevoir, usually it's only psychic type, it's only fairy type move, sorry, will be Dazzling Gleam. So you can just whack in your Araquanid, whack in your Absol, and use Y-Guard, and now Absol's not really at threat of getting one-hit KO'd by that Gardevoir. And then we're running Protect as the final move just as a way to survive for long, and now you could, on this team, run Sticky Web. I've tried it. I couldn't really find any really good opportunities to set it up because I'm trying to set up other things at the same time, like screens or Tailwind. So I just didn't go for it because it just makes it a little bit harder in terms of navigating the team. I did end up settling with Protect. For the matchups, I've found that Absol and Volcarona, or Absol and Klefki leads tend to work well into teams that aren't threatening priority. You can set up speed control or screens and then start trying to take over the game with these leads. Into fake out users, always lead with Serena plus anything that's resistant to or super effective into their team. Definitely leading Serena into the Sneasler matchup will make your life so much easier. Give it a try and see how you go. Into Charizard, Rotom Wash, and Araquanid is a solid lead that restricts the opponent's ability to deal significant damage with Heat Wave, but I have found success leading Rotom and Serena into this team as they usually have Sneasler, so trading KOs for this is pretty valuable. With that said, if you're enjoying these videos, make sure to subscribe so I know to keep making them. Enjoy the games, and future me will see you at the end with the referral code, so stick around. Question is, how do I deal with our Chaludon? And the answer is I probably don't. So I'm going to lead Rotom here. I'm bringing Araquanid and Serena in the back. My thinking is I can switch in Serena if I need to. The problem is we never really survive an Electro Shot with Mega Absol. Oh, Scovillian and Aerodactyl. Okay, so he's going for the Mega Scovillian angle. So I'm just going to protect the Absol this turn. and get a Hydro Pump into Aerodactyl. Do you think Aerodactyl is running Focus Sash? Probably, hey. Makes my life a little bit harder. I wonder if Mega Scovillian even one-shots us. I'm gonna go for Play Rough plus Thunderbolt into that slot. That should pick up the KO, right? He protects the Scovillian, sets up Tailwind, which is exactly what we expected he would do. Play Rough goes into Aerodactyl, and the Thunderbolt, well, we got a crit, which is nice. The Thunderbolt should finalize that kill. It does. Now he's got Tailwind up, so what we can do is we can see who he brings in and just start stalling turns out. A Chaludon. We can no longer start stalling turns out. I mean, like, we're so cooked against this Pokemon, eh? We just got to deal as much damage to him as possible. Here comes the rain. The Electro Shot's going to come out. I don't know if we can survive an Electro Shot, guys. I don't know if we can survive an Electro Shot. I don't know who he's going into. If he goes into Rotom, maybe. Maybe. If he goes into Rotom. If he goes into the Absol. I mean, yeah, it's Absol, eh? Dude, I just, like, even protecting there's like nothing we can do, so. Oh my word, that does a lot of damage in the rain. Man, Tailwind still has, what, 2 turns left? This is hard. I just gotta hope my Rotom survives a double boosted Electro Shot. I don't think it does. I don't think it does. But we'll see. Oh my word, it does. Wait, can we pick up the KO here? If we can pick up the KO, we're so in this. If we can pick up the KO, we are so in this game. You gotta be fisting me, bro. I'm just gonna protect the Rotom from dying to Electro Shot now. Does he read the protect? He made his move pretty quick, as did we. I don't know if we survive a Hurricane though, that's the real question. Can we survive this? We are bulky. We can survive. Nice, dude. And we're going to KO with the Liquidation here. And his Tailwind is now gone. His Tailwind is now gone. But we're still under the rain. So our Liquidation is going to deal pretty huge damage to that Scovillian now. And we can't be burned. Plus we have a Thunderbolt going into Pelipper, which will be Focus Sash. Probably. Unless it's whatever that berry is that reduces electric type damage. I can't remember the name of it. It was not a Focus Sash Pelipper. Okay. It must have been Focus Sash on Aerodactyl, so I don't know what that Pelipper was running then. There's the Leech Seed. I mean, what are you stalling for, bro? I cannot be burned on my Araquanid. This is going to deal massive damage. Oh my word. And we won. That's the first game, guys. So Absol, just a sacrificial lamb to the slaughter, basically, but we get the win anyway. Okay, game 2. Battling against Zone. Not sure who that is. What have we got here? We have got the classic Corviknight, Tyranitar, Garchomp, Sneasler. Plus Mimikyu and Orthworm, which is a little freaky. Am I leading Serena and Volcarona into this? If we lead Serena Volcarona... Wait, I'm going Volcarona and Rotom with Serena in the back. Plus Absol. Now, the reason I'm putting Serena in the back is because Serena gives us a switch-in of Queenly Majesty if he does decide he's going to lead Sneasler. Ooh, Tita and Orthworm. So the Orthworm is going to go for Shed Skin all day, right? Into what? Maybe Garchomp? Am I doubling into Orthworm and trying to stop that from setting up and then just sacrificing my Volcarona to a Rock Slide from Tyranitar? Then what if he protects this thing? I don't really play against Orthworm that much, so oh well, fuck it, let's go. Do we get a burn anywhere? No. Oh, we missed! Oh, we missed. He doesn't have the HP though. Oh, Volcarona avoided the attack. Okay. Nice. Okay, this is really good for us. Now he can't use that Shed Tail tech anyway. Get the leftovers proc. So this thing is the fastest thing on the field. And then we can just Hydro Pump the Tyranitar now. Okay, so it wasn't that bad that we missed the Heat Wave, if I'm being honest. It wasn't that bad, but... I'm not the Heat Wave, sorry, the Hydro Pump, but... And it actually probably made our life a little... You gotta be fisting me, bro. You gotta be actually fisting me here, bro. Okay, the Sneasler comes in, which is actually good for us because we just go for the Zen Headbutt into it. Dude, if we miss this, I'm gonna be so chopped. See, there's the Queenly Majesty tech, dude, and the Zen Headbutt. Oh my god, thank god it lands, dude. He's gonna get knocked out by the Sandstorm, so we don't really mind that. Can we hit the Hydro Pump for the 3rd time? Lucky. Okay, doesn't deal that much damage. Knock off. Oh my god, bro, that's so unfortunate. We needed to have a little bit more HP than that just so that we could... We needed to be able to triple axle the Garchomp when it comes in. And now we're in the situation where we're locked into Zen Headbutt. I don't think Play Rough KO. Oh, it's Mimikyu though. Wait a minute, it's Mimikyu though. So Zen Headbutt is actually fine into Mimikyu, and then we just go for the Play Rough here. Is there any way that he messes me up here? I mean, he could Trick Room, but this is weird that he didn't bring the Garchomp in this team. I mean, what was he trying to Shed Tail into? The Sneasler, maybe? I just Play Rough into fucking Tyranitar instead of using fucking Close Combat, bro. Did I actually just Play Rough into Mega Tyranitar instead of using Close Combat like an absolute numpty? If I did, I'm so cooked. Oh, thank God it survived. Imagine if I had done that and it didn't KO. Oh, my word. There's a Play Rough into us and it KOs. Yeah. So now, Leftovers Mimikyu versus the potential to flinch Serena. Well, I mean, we can't change our move because we're Choice Scarfed. He just uses Protect to try and stall out. Okay, fair enough, fair enough. Quite literally, I have nothing else I can do. The Sandstorm goes away. How many clicks of this do I have? 13. Oh yeah, that's more than enough. 13 is more than enough for this game. It could just Shadow Sneak me to death. And we missed. Dude, how many attacks have we missed in this fucking game, bro? You know? That's supposed to be 90%, by the way. Supposed to be 90%, by the way. You know, you could have just used Play Rough and KO'd me there, bro. Do we get a flinch? Seems as we missed. Look, I'm going to keep this game in. Just because we got so fucking unlucky. And I'm not going to show you guys another win because I'm really tilted after that one. But the team does work. It can work. If you get really unlucky like I just did, what can I tell you? Hey, it's a fan service team, guys. Check it out if you're into Mega Absol. Mega Absol is not the best Mega Pokemon, but it can work. And future me will see you in a moment. Hey guys, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this one. As always, the team code is on screen now for you guys if you want to try this one out. This one's for you Mega Absol enjoyers. We obviously got really unlucky in that last game there, which is really unfortunate, but it is what it is. If you liked the video, I said it earlier, but I'll say it again, please consider subscribing. It does help out the channel a ton, and it means that I can just keep making more videos like this as we get closer and closer to that 1,000 subscriber milestone. But on that note, ladies and gentlemen, I will see you in the next one, my friends.